This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we're going back into one of my favorite archetypes to see where we're at in blue-white control in the current meta. You guys know, in my heart, I live to play blue and white control cards and draw a bunch. And while black has been, blue-black has been the superior color for a while because Heartless Act and Eliminate don't have the restrictions of cards like Glass Casket, that I think that there is a space in the meta for blue-white. I think that the rise of rogues and Sultai Ultimatum as super popular, as well as a lot more mono-white than mono-red, means that we can get away with a few interesting card choices and play a version of blue-white control that maybe your opponents haven't played against enough of, and they make some misplays, or they make some plays that aren't optimal against your version of the deck. So let's get into it and check it out. It's beautiful, isn't it? The sharks circling in the sky with Graven lore. So the biggest thing about this deck is I wanted to cut out most of the sorcery speed effects. The Elspeth Conquers Death, the Archon of Sun's Grace, the Nico Eris, cards that I've been playing in this deck for a while, and I wanted to pick up on the instant speed interaction and just be able to never tap out so that the Sultai Ultimatum deck always has to play into you, and you have a ton of ways to interact with it. So I have 4 copies of Negate, and I have a copy of Essence Scatter in the main. This is something I learned playing the blue-black control deck, that this always has a target because of the Yorion companion, and when you draw it, it makes the game a lot better for you in that case. And of course, against aggro decks, it usually finds a target. Speaking of Yorion, we are a Yorion deck, but just one Yorion to take advantage of some of our omens. And anyway, foresaw it comings. 4 Brazen Borrowers are also interesting interaction against decks like Sultai Ultimatum, but are really good against indestructible things like Seasoned Hollowblade and Maul of the Skyclaves. We also have Glass Casket, which is good against those things because it's an exile effect. We do still have Wraths, so you have to set your Wrath up. You have to get rid of their dog with like a Brazen Borrower or a Glass Casket, and then you cast Shatter the Sky or Doomscar. So we still go for the good old-fashioned white Wrath control. The Omens of the Sun are also very interesting, a way to make them sacrifice their dog if they are foolish enough to attack with it, a way to survive against mono white and mono red, a way to put a tiny amount of pressure on the Sultai Ultimatum deck, make them do something as opposed to sit back forever. So it's not bad, it's okay. The other big main deck card is I pulled out Behold the Multiverse and went with Mazemind Tome. The life gain I thought was really important, and it does give you something that sometimes you'll blink a tome with Yorion, and that's enough value usually to pull ahead in the game. So I'm liking the Mazemind Tomes in the spot. The life gain has been important. Sucking up a Binding of the Old Gods from your Sultai opponent is always a bit of a tilt, but I think it's worth it. The tomes are doing good work. Behold the Multiverse was a bit too slow and a bit too clunky for me on multiple occasions, whereas the Scries can really help you against aggro, and the life definitely helps you against aggro. Birth of Meletis falls into that as well. Against the aggro decks, this is just a lot better than having too many lands in your deck that don't do anything. 3 Glimpse of Freedom. Taste it, rogues. Like I said, I'm just done with that deck. I'm always going to play some escape cards or something that abuses them through the battlefield. Win cons, you don't really need them. The opponents will concede, but we can attack them with 1/1s. We can attack them with flashy 3/1s. We can attack them with sharks, and we can Crawling Barons them to death, which I have in here instead of the White Castle, just because I think it's a little more reliable. White Castle isn't a lot of return on the investment for that 1/1, so I'm kind of off it. I am trying out 2 Gates of Istfel, some life gain and some card draw, and of course 2 Graven Lores for the ultimate get ahead, scry 5 and draw 3 to make sure your mid game doesn't stall out and flood out, and it's good stuff. The sideboard, because we have 1 Fae of Wishes, is a variety of answer cards. The ones you can't see here are Field of Ruin, Dance of the Manse, Heliod's Intervention, and you see the Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. It's just a trap anyway. A Starnheim Unleashed to go super wide. I don't know. I've never fetched it. It's just it's an idea right now. An idea I kind of like, but you know the usual answer board. All right, now that we've discussed the deck, the cards, and why we're playing it and what we're playing it with, let's do the dedication. Pipe Dream Gaming, thank you very much for becoming a YouTube member, hitting the join button below. For $4.99 a month, you can support the channel, and you have the chance of getting a video dedicated to you, as well as a cosmetic purchased in your honor. We're hitting up the store, where we have Asika's Chariot at 60% off. What a deal! This one's for you, Pipe Dream Gaming, and thank you very much. Now let's dive in. Let the blue-white nonsense begin. You go first. The warm-up game works. 2 Doom Scars. If we're up against a creature deck, that's good. Only 2 lands. Tome can help us get there. We will keep it. What's going on over here? The 1 Fae of Wishes. Just drop a 1/4 on them. Okay. This is mono white. They play mono white. Maybe. The important thing is that we don't miss a land. Okay, Luminarch. Nope. That ain't it. Again. Nope, that ain't it. Man, oh man. Okay, it's gonna be like that, is it? It's gonna be like that. Woo! All right. Feel the sting, baby. Opponent not holding back. There you are. A little late, but there you go. All right, how do we play this? Do we wrath one thing? Yeah, look at our hand. We'll just wrath more stuff later. Should take the sails out of them for a minute. Think I'm just going to scry this away, gain the life, and try to hit land number 4. Although we probably don't have to. I'll decide based on what they do. But you have to set the stop now or you never get one. Daxos. All right, play something else. Okay. So yeah, we want the land here so we can shatter. If we don't, Omen is okay. But we're out of scries. Jeez. All right. Game on hard mode for sure. So are they going to play around a counter spell or some kind of interactive spell? Let's find out. See where they want, what they want to do with the Sky Mall. They go for Heliod. No. 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 No indestructibles. A 5-drop. Nice. Am I gonna go fetch a Field of Ruin? I might frickin' do it. They do have the castle. Okay, they slam Heliod. They don't seem to have a way to activate it. I'm doing it. I can't believe what I have to do to hit my lands sometimes, guys. I can't believe what they make me do. That is far from ideal. Count in the deck. 40% chance to draw land. Not actually that high when you think about it. And there's the 4 Birth of Meletis that I rely on. Whoa! Heliod coming flying in out of nowhere to deliver the boom. Blow it up or stall for another turn. I think it's like this. We pay 2 for this. We Omen. We block. The opponent can suit up the Sky Mall, though. Oh, man. Okay, that's not good either. But they're just gonna... Yeah, that's all that's gonna happen next turn is they're gonna suit up the Sky Mall. They don't have another creature, so we should Doomscar now. We should Doomscar now. I love the 2 Graven Lores. Come on, man. There's only 2 in the whole deck. How you do this to me? Where now we're going to find the time to cast them, man? This card absolutely just will wreck you against white. Okay, we're making a 1/1 and putting the eyes on it to get the devotion. That is a thing. There's a land. All right, how do we get the most out of our mana? I think we're buying Yorion. Are we? What if we field this now so they can't make any more nerds? Then we have 4 mana. We can play Fae and Omen. I think that's pretty good. We should start with the Omen in case it changes our play. Brazen Borrower would be pretty good. Glass Casket's pretty good. Okay, that's better than Fae. Tense, man. This game is tense. We really want to get that Yorion now. Redain? Come on. Come on. Suited up. All right. So we're on 3 devotion. This is for any white card, and they turn on Heliod as well. We really need to grab the Yorion. I'd love to play this in chump block, but I don't know if that's actually good. We're just better off chump blocking the Heliod. Yeah, get the other Omen on the field, get the life, play the Yorion, get more. We still have to solve this, but I guess Glass Casket potentially solves it, right? That is a 5/6. That is a Baneslayer Redain. Freaking Voltron over here. That is lifelink. Counter on the Heliod, because they know Redain's about to go into the casket. Must be a Plains. Must be. Might be a Giant Killer. Giant Killer would make some sense. Do we hold out? We can get a good amount out of Tome. Just, I guess all we're getting are some scries, right? Because we could make a 1/1 and block, but that's better off later. Yorion. Might be another Redain or another Heliod. The legendaries can be a pain. All right, I'm taking my freaking land. I have waited a long time for this. A long time. It looks good for us on the board, but we don't have answers to what they have here. Like, we have no removal spells. Let's go. Oh, I don't know, man. YOLO. A lot of things around that, like making a creature and drawing a card can't be too bad. And protection from blue sneaks through a sky full of sharks. So there's a lot that can still go wrong here, but I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. The Monarch Aspirant's a card. That is a discard. The opponent can get the Alseid up to 5 and attack with it, in which case I'm sure I'm jumping with Yorion. They are really patrolling. They're nosing around like, oh, what should I do? Where should I put the Sentinel's Eyes? Should I place the Sentinel's Eyes? How many Wraths have already been played? The answer is 3. 3 that were in the opening hand. They're going to need probably multiple Alseids or Aluris to get the job done. Because they need to be able to give things flying and protection from blue. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm definitely blocking. Snap that block off. Okay, we need some good spells. Need some Brazen Borrowers. Also, getting this tome down to start gaining life is nice. Let's see. We could Gravenlord now, and we would still have 3 mana to make a play. Something like a Glass Casket could go a long way. Something like a Brazen Borrower would go a long way. We could just do that instant speed on their turn and sacrifice Omen if we don't hit anything. I think that's the play. Make them do things and be reactive. Because we know we get a 5/5 Shark. They can give protection from blue to try to sneak it through for 10. We need to have something else at that point. I guess if I get a Glass Casket now, while they're tapped out, that's really good, and I should go for it. Wow. I'll take all these. All these are fine. So their hand might be another Heliod. I feel like we should just bounce this. No, we'll take it. So they have to equip Sky Maul. They have to sack this, protection from blue. It's really close, right? They might still get me here. Because this goes up to 4. This goes up to 6. Okay, I don't think they're going to get to 10. They might have another Sky Maul, but that still doesn't do it. Look out, Doc Levin, because I got my PhD in MTG. Chumpy chumps. So no second Heliod. So what are these cards? What are these cards? Maybe they just didn't play it because they wouldn't have mana up for bounty afterwards. Oh, well, there we go. There we go, gamers. Give me that. No graveyard anymore. I think what I'm gonna do is play the Borrower this turn, so let's get the tomes down. Alright, Shark Bites incoming. Look at my lineup of enchantments and artifacts. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Speaker, okay. Thank God that didn't show up earlier. Their life total was not pressured for a very long time. And Redane. Turns on Heliod. I guess we try to save this. So here on end step, we go Petty Theft your Redane. See if the opponent wants to sack the bounty for that. Probably not. So they didn't get a chance to replay it. Let's scry it up. Sweet. All right, chonk them again. A sky full of sharks. It's been a minute since I played with a sky full of sharks. But you guys who know me, you know I love this card. I love Shark Typhoon. Another speaker, you got it. The 1/1s don't scare me anymore. All right, we're suiting up. I got a plan for all this. Okay, they're letting me go to blocks. I was just going to bounce the Sky Mall in response to them sacking the Alseid, but they're not doing it. So I guess that timing is better for them. Alright, so now what? They turned off their Heliod. They're going to gain 3. Doesn't really matter. Three shark, more 1/1s. Think this is the wrap-up duty. Might as well be sure, though. I'm just doing this to raise these so I can gain life sooner because I don't think the cards matter. Weird, I know. Boom. Wow. That was a slog, man. That was a fight. I enjoyed it. Oh, yeah. On the play. I'll keep this. 4 lands, some interaction, and some draw. What more could I ask for? We could flood out. We could also not find double blue. Both things are a little scary. If this Crawling Barrens were an island, the hand would be, you know, disaster-proof. But one of the big questions is if we play the temple here and scry and it is an island, do we keep it or not? Because what if we draw 3 lands in a row? Well, that made it easy. We definitely don't keep a plains. Good draw, good draw. You'll love to see it. Any kind of 2 mana, draw some cards but don't really affect the board card is so much better on the play. Like, insanely better. When you're usually not under any pressure at all and you can just play it and set yourself up for the future. Looks like we get Teamer. Teamer Adventures. We've got our island and a Saw It Coming here. I think we just go ahead and put you in a box. And then next turn we'll foretell a Saw It Coming and have up Brazen Borrower and Saw It Coming. They keep touching the casket. Come on now. Alright, so this is going to be the new Luca Transmogrify Coma deck. Alright. If they play Luca and target the Visionary, we can bounce the Visionary and then Omen. If we don't foretell saw it coming, but if we do foretell saw it, you know what? I'm just going to foretell it. If we end up only playing a counter this turn, it's the same thing as if we had just played a counter. Just straight up cast this. Besides, I think we need to counter the Luca, or we also have to counter their next creature as well. Yeah? What you doing? What you doing over there? Brazen Borrower, maybe? Maybe they saw it coming? Well, we're definitely looking for some Wraths, and we need to try to save our Petty Thefts for Coma. I think that's the important thing here. Nice to have a few. Yorion is looking really good, too. Maybe we're supposed to buy Yorion instead of Gravenlore because the opponent's going to force us to do something this turn. So the idea that we're going to get to cast Gravenlore this turn isn't very optimistic. Got him. The cowardice of some gamers. This fight is for a frickin' rank, baby. Plat 3? Oh no. But we're against Yorion, so we have time, and these cards aren't very good anyway against Yorion. So I guess I'll keep. Off to the races, aren't we? Let's get this out of our hand in case they play, you know, Black Source Duress, Elspeth's Nightmare, things like that. Alright, the Cultivation Station reveals that they do in fact play black cards. Alright, this is going to be a match about counter spells. Who has them and when? That's fine. Annoying, but fine. Two Typhoons. Okay. Let's see if they have Bind the Old Gods for this. They always seem to have it. Like, 1,000,000%, but I'm willing to at least find out. Okay. In combat, Omen of the Sea. Opponent just wants to keep me on my toes. We can't Glass Casket this. It's a 4-drop. In case you haven't seen it in a while, other creatures get -1/-1. 3/2. Tremendous combo with Clackbridge Troll. How? How do they always have it? I'm not going to counter it. We have to counter ultimatums. Okay. Thinking. Shark Typhoon plans. Or possibly scrying for another counter spell if they run something into this counter and we need to have another one. Yeah, I had a feeling it was by Yorion o'clock. Jesus. Okay. Fun. Not good, not good. Something. Am I going to counter this Yorion? It's multiple lands and cards. I guess I am. So, do we also resolve this turn? Let's see. We can make a 1/1, because remember the -1/-1. It's not very impressive. Maybe I do let them have this Yorion. If I'm not countering the Yorion, I shouldn't play the Birth, is what I'm getting at. The Shatter is not ideal at all. Let's see what we draw. We might draw the Essence Scatter. This also gives the impression that we don't have a counter. Jawari? Jawari's no good anymore. We're way past Jawari being good. The good news is they don't get a card from the Shatter. I was going to blow up the shark anyway, so this isn't a bad play. It looks like an oops, but it's not. Like, just seeing if we draw the one of Essence Scatter there, I think would be totally worth it. Because it would definitely change the game if we could hold on to the Essence Scatter. Alright, so we're doing this. Then we have 2 mana open, so we can't also play the Doomscar this turn. So we'll play around Jawari Disruption with an untapped land. Use this for mana. Play the Shatter. Two to the top. I think we're about to lose. Hasn't been our game. The 4 negates were completely dormant. And the double binding was just brutal. But they always have it, right? Not over yet. Just looks really bad. Okay. Definitely resolves. Okay. Dude drew 3 omens. Hard to do it better. The Burbs have Death Touch. Okay. And then it's my turn. Interesting. How many counter spells do you think they run? All right, Scry a million, engage. I think we definitely leave up double counter for this next coming turn. Can we deal with that somehow? Not really. Negate. Resolves. Feels good. Tome. Tome could help a lot. Do they have a third bind, the old gods, for the tome, to make me feel silly for playing it? Again, playing around Jawari, I don't think we want to foretell this here. Ultimatum. Saw it coming. Resolves. Nice. They don't seem to play counters for the counters, which is keeping us in the game. Do we want to try to scry for a counter to get something for free? 1, 2, 3 buys Yorion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we save my turn. 2 life. Scry. Negate. Nice. All right, if we play that 1, 2, 3, 4, we make a baby shark, and I think we're better off buying the Yorion and foretelling the Doom Foretold. And I didn't play around Jwari this time, so let's see if foretelling Doom Foretold costs me the game. It seemed pretty unnecessary the more I think about it. That's, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm scared. Elspeth's Nightmare, okay. That can get the negate next turn. Is there a way I can scry this to the bottom? Oh man, if I had an Omen, I could put it second from the top. Oh, okay, this is tough. Because I think we let this go. I think we have to. Because if we draw and counter it, they just play an ultimatum now. Man, there's an Omen. So I guess we keep up the tome because we might still be able to draw into one more card. We could also try to draw a second counter right now by just ripping off the top, and then we play Yorion and we still have 3 mana open, but that doesn't get us another draw with tome. But I guess it's the same thing. Oh, I know. We scry now, we Yorion, we blink it, and then we take the other draw. Oh no. Oh, I don't want to bottom this. Okay, can we beat it if the opponent ultimatums? There's got to be ways we can beat it, right? And Lore can find those ways. We already got their Tybalt. All right, I'm going to keep it on top. And they saw me keep it on top, and that's important because they might think it's another counter. It might make them go wimpy on this going for it after the Nightmare. Nice confident clicks. Let them know we're in control. They take the Typhoon. Coward. They play the Extinction Event. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna get out of this. And we still have a negate. Omen. The stick there reveals some Heartless Axe and eliminates, but that shouldn't be surprising. See what we hit. Brazen Borrower. All right, time to start the clock. Our Yorion's gone, so we can sacrifice this Omen as soon as we get the time. Try to find more negates. We also have Gravenlore, which is sweet. Karvek, no surprise there, I guess. They run 1, they probably run 2. You got me. Nope, 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 nope. okay. I guess if we're gonna play a land, the one that draws 2 is the best. 1 Brazen Borrower is plenty, though. Do we bounce this now? No. Alright, what do we fetch? Definitely into the late game, but I feel like it's still just a neutralize. Just keep the big cards from happening, and we probably can't lose. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Be like a winding constrictor, just tighten the noose. We can find answers to every single win con in their deck if we're patient. Omen doesn't do anything because of the -1/-1. Haven, sure. They haven't acted in a while. This is probably Shadow's Verdict, Heartless Act, Eliminate or something. Oh, here they come. Out come the wolves. Glimpse of freedom. Let's keep the tomes moving. There's no reason to keep them around anymore, and the longer they're on the battlefield, the worse they become, because of Binding the Old Gods can hit them. Wow, you just saw that, right? Shuffler's fine. Shuffler is absolutely fine. What am I on? How many cards in hands? We're gonna get through this deck. We'll find all the things, and that's enough. The opponent has seen too much value, and we omened them for lethal. We omened them for lethal. That's how you plat 3. A habit I'm trying to get into is every day playing an unranked warm-up game just to get my brain juices flowing and maybe get being on the draw out of the way if there's a conspiracy theory. But if it's really good, I will share it. So if you're watching this, it turns out really good. The land situation is scary. Our opponent has a Swarm Shambler. Is it just me, or did things feel a little laggy? With the graphics on, it's where they should be, looks like it. Okay. So, we can foretell this Doomscar. I think that's the play. The opponent's going to be throwing creatures at us left, right, and center. Let's get ready. What? What? Does not compute. Is this a Vorinclex deck? I guess. That tome is a problem. They might just outcard us. I'm just going to spend my time setting up more counterspells, though. Okay. Card advantage for days over here. For days. They're like, yeah, my evil plan is working perfectly. I'm just going to outdraw the blue deck. So rude. I have 4 tomes. I want to draw one. Let's go. You know, that's what I should do. Let's just start putting tome in all these aggro decks, right? Let's do it. Then I'll start liking aggro. I might do that for a meme week, like a tome appreciation week before it rotates. I do love the tome. Alright. We don't have much card draw going on. We can buy Yori in here, though, which might come in handy later, which I think is better than scrying. So far, though, we have no omens and no tome. Feels bad. Opponent cannot attack with the beast because they grew their swarm shambler. Clap for him. Seems a little desperate. Shut it down. Shut it down. Why did they target the shambler? I wouldn't usually counter something like that, but here it just feels like they really wanted that play for some reason. Oh, there we go. Now we're doing it. Sit back, enjoy the experience. Yep, tome, tome, tome. Hopefully I find my own book. I want my own book with this omen. Yes. Bring him out. Think about it for a second. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to have a Wrath. Now I'm going to snap this off. Maybe bait a Gem Razor, like, I need to know. I need to know what I got here. And then we double bottom, which makes it look like I'm digging for a Wrath. And I don't have one. You gotta weave the story in their mind. You gotta deceive them to get them to play the other love-struck beast. They didn't do it. Okay. 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 There's my tome. Let's have a look. Casket. Yeah, that's pretty good too. I mean, is now the time for this Wrath? We could also play a tome, draw a card, take a lot, go quite a bit lower. Could make a Shark Typhoon and block something. Wow, that just happened out of nowhere. All right, we'll do this. 3 foretold cards. They're gonna keep playing around a Wrath, especially if they deal a bunch of damage to me. They're just gonna keep playing around the Wrath. Questing Beast, no. Let's get some cards out of this tome. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Drawing on the main phase there in case we hit land. Opponent has used up their tome privileges. I will now be the one getting ahead in cards. Thank you. Look how many cards they have in their hand, though. Oh, my lordy. Another one. Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you, baby. Playing that tome. I'm just using up all my counters before I do, like, the Yorian thing. I'm trying to get max value over here, okay? Don't judge me. Finn the Fangbearer. Yeah. Okay. How much death touch you got going on? I've only seen Questing Beast. What an interesting card. They probably have a ton of ram through. That's a good casket target before we Yorion. So what's the brazen target? We don't have to target anything. We can wait for a ram through. We can also make a 3/3 here. Again, though, the ram through can kill it. It's not very good for us. Let's just do the Yorion and hold the brazen for the ram through. Let's see. We need one more land, and we can have Saw It Coming and brazen and Yorion. Let's see if we draw it. That's fine. That's fine. Casket the Serpent. Foretell the Doomscar. Open mana. Patience, patience, patience. It's a win con. Pretty sure taking a bump from Finn is acceptable. Big G, okay. Poison. Poison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1. Well, let's go ahead and blow them up. And be patient. We want a protected Yorion. Lovey-dovey. Migratory Greathorn, you say? Okay. They still need a 1/1 to attack with it. It doesn't lose that ability. A little bit of mutate in your deck? I don't know, man. What's going on with this? This? 2 life, 2 cards. I haven't drawn land in a while, which is, you know, shouldn't be something I complain too much about. All right, wait one more turn, and we can protect it with Saw It Coming and Brazen Borrower for a fight spell, which I'm sure the opponent has. We can use another casket here and just get this. It gets both creatures, which is kind of nice. Nice. They're up to 10 lands. They're outlanding me big time. Okay, they are serious mutation madness over here. I guess we bounce this if they try to mutate onto it. No plays. We'll hold these to blow out bounce spells. Or fight spells, I say. Yorion. The time is now. You thought you could out-tome me? I will out-tome you. There's the land, but I don't need that many. Yep, use it up. Opponent has burned 2 books. Just getting more green fatties. Their deck is an odd combination of Death Touch and whatever is going on here. All right, there's the fight spell. Here's the bounce spell. Yep, that's fine. Go again. They could have done that in response last time. Got me to burn a borrower, but instead we just tilt them into oblivion. Goodbye. Goodbye, Green Mage. You think you can out-toe me. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and I very much enjoyed my time playing Blue-White Control, as I often do, but I also found that I was doing pretty well in the meta. It might be the current rank or the opponents that I found today, but I'm picking up a lot of wins and I'm ranking up pretty fast. I think that the deck is well situated until Mono Red makes a comeback, because it's going to be difficult to ward off Embercleave, although, you know, this deck has an okay chance of that. I think it's well situated with the way that things are going, and it has enough counter spells to stave off Emergent Ultimatum, and enough interaction and the escape cards to keep rogues at bay. So yeah, I think you should try out Blue-White Control. The timing may have come, and this build, at least for Best of One, has been serving me super well. So if you're looking to rank up or just pick up some wins and enjoy your time as a true, pure Gandalf of the North, here's a deck for you. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if so, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the join button and getting a membership if you'd like to support the channel. I also have a Patreon, which is another way that you can support. So thanks to everybody who supports, who likes, and who subscribes. It means a lot. It changes my life. It lets me be a YouTuber guy for you. Feeling grateful today. It's a holiday. If you're into the Easter holiday, you know, some of us are celebrating that today. I can rarely go through a holiday without feeling grateful for my YouTube audience, who make it possible for me to have a pretty amazing life that centers around my favorite game in the world. So thank you to all of you. Also, stay tuned. Arjuna and I spent yesterday recording like 6 hours of the ArenaCraft podcast, reviewing all the important cards from Strixhaven, and Gina and I recorded more CovertGo lore episodes with 2 Strixhaven stories already out. So there's a lot more extra content coming, and YouTube members who hit join below get access to some of that stuff early. So you might want to do that. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.